Hi, welcome back to the channel. I've got something here on the radio desk which I think is just ridiculously cheap. I'll tell you the price in a moment. I saw this on Banggood and I had an idea straight away that where I might be able to use this, and you might be able to use it in the same way. I'll show you that in just a second. But when I first saw the price on this, I thought this is going to be rubbish. This is going to be plastic. It's going to be awful. The pots are going to feel terrible. But they don't. I've only just opened it. And they actually feel quite smooth. I've had radios that have cost over £100 that have felt worse than this. The price on this, right, now just prepare yourselves. The price for this amplifier, this is a stereo amplifier with USB, oh, wrong side, USB and SD card input for Bluetooth, has a built-in FM radio as well. The price for this is full price on Banggood, £17.25, plus a couple of quid delivery if you don't spend over £40, I believe. And I'll get a discount on this. Can you believe it? They will give me a discount. That's going to bring this down to about 15 quid, £15 for a metal stereo amplifier. And I wouldn't be surprised, because Banggood leading up to Christmas, and by the time this hits the channel, it's going to be getting close to like November, December. Banggood also have at least 2 sales as well. It could be even less. I mean, it's going to be rubbish, isn't it? It has to be rubbish. Well, straight out of the box, it doesn't look rubbish. It might sound rubbish. We'll find out in the video. Now, the reason I got this in is I want to try something, because I noticed it has 2 full size, is it 6.7mm, this size, 2 full size mic jacks on the front now. Now obviously this is for mixing karaoke, if you're into that sort of thing. But what I thought when I first saw it, because it has a input control and these are mono, there's no reason why I can't just plug those in. I really only need one, to be perfectly honest. Plug this with a mono adapter. Plug this into the back of a radio via the speaker output, which all radios have got. And because it has an adjuster, normally it would be way too much for a line input on an amplifier, but because it has an adjuster, then you should be able to turn it down and then have some really nice audio with bass and treble control. Because let's be honest about it, when you plug a speaker into a CB, it's not particularly all that pleasant. So that's an idea. And also, because it has line inputs, and I'll show you those on the back in a moment, I'm going to connect this up to some of the little TEF radios, at least a couple of TEF radios, and see what they sound like on FM. We'll find a couple of pair of old speakers. So that's what I'm going to do. I just thought I had to do it for this price. Just had to do it. Let's get it on the bench and have a closer look. Before we put some power to it, let's have a quick look what we get in the box. Now, I'm going to say straight away, I was a little disappointed with the packaging. I know it's cheap, but the box took on a little bit of damage when it arrived to me. And I think that it has very slightly just caught the back of the amplifier. We'll show you that in a moment. But, to be fair, other than the packaging, I say, just arrived in a plastic bag, which I think it needed to have some bubble wrap on it. However, I mean, you do get English instructions. And they're quite good, actually. I mean, they pretty much tell you what everything does. And you've got remote control as well. I mean, it's 15 quid. I mean, how the hell do they do this? So there's the remote control. And yeah, okay, it looks basic. It doesn't come with batteries or anything. But I mean, it's usable, isn't it? If you're on the other side of the shack, you need to turn up the audio on the radio. Incredible. What else do we get? When it comes down to the power lead, there's 2 choices. You can either plug it into a 12-volt power supply. It reckons, I think, if I'd have got this right, 5 amps. Yeah, DC input, 5 amps. I mean, that's pretty tasty, isn't it? 5 amps. I don't think this is going to put out a lot of power. Or you do get a power lead. Now, it does feel a bit cheap, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, I'm not expecting much for the money, but It does come with what we call a shaver plug, which is a Euro plug. But to be fair, I've got to say it, to be fair, they do provide you one of these cheap ass adapters, but it has got the proper insulation there, which means it should be CE approved, I suppose. Yeah, it does. It's got the CE logo on it, so that will go into there. And again, they've got the insulation. Can you see that? So I mean, you know, to be fair, it's fair. Let's not beat it up too much. Rather a short lead though, only about 1 metre long, and a figure of 8 on the back. And then you get a little piece of wire, which is going to be a very basic FM antenna. It does have a proper 75 ohm antenna socket in the back. We'll show you that in a moment. I think that's the bit that's taken a knock in the packaging. So I mean, yeah, overall, I mean, okay, £17 or whatever. Oh, wrong control. £17. You know, I think that's pretty good. Just could have packed it a little bit better. Let's just put some power to it. I haven't got any speakers up here really. Well, I have. I've got ones in the desk, but they're not powered. Right, let's switch it on for the first time then. Oh, little blue light there on the volume. High comes up. Straight away we've gone into radio. Just an FM radio, no RDS I would have thought, no DAB, anything like that. You're not going to get that for £17. And I would assume it's auto. Oh, it's got channel mode. I've not read the instructions, obviously. It's got memories. It's got memories on the radio. I wasn't expecting that. Hold it down to seek. Maybe not. Okay, let's go through the modes. So first mode, line in, that will be the auxiliary inputs, the RCA jacks on the back. Bluetooth mode. Now when it comes down to Bluetooth, from what I can see, it's Bluetooth 5.0. It's nothing particularly special. So obviously it's you know, it's not a hi-fi amplifier, is it? It's not a Class C or something. Then back to the tuner again. Just looking on the front of the fascia, and this appears to be metal, which I'm quite amazed about. So starting on this side, this is obviously for your MP3 inputs. USB has a full-size SD slot, so you're going to need an adapter if you're going to use a micro SD. Bass, treble, and mic input volume control, which I'm hoping is going to work for a radio. Now I've got to say, you know, these pots, they feel smooth. There's no indent or step on them. But honestly, guys, they feel really good. We'll find out when we get some audio through it, if they're scratchy. And likewise, the volume control, there is a little tiny little indent marker there. You can't really see it on camera. It's plastic, but it's really smooth. I can't see any indication on the volume, of course, so it's just, yeah, it's old school. Just have to line up on the indent. Now, when it comes down to the power of this amplifier, I did search online to see if I could find anything on the AK45, and nowhere does it tell you the power output in watts or RMS or anything. I mean, it's not going to be much, is it? It's really not going to be much. I don't know. We'll find out when we go downstairs, but it's probably a couple of watts per channel, something like that. Let's have a quick look on the back. You have to mention this. This is all metal. All of this case, the whole thing. I thought it'd be plastic. So on the back here, obviously power input, figure of 8. Then you've got your DC input for it's 12 volts, and it says 5 amps, which is quite ambitious, isn't it? 5 amps for a little amplifier. Spring terminals for your speaker cables. As I say, the impedance is 4 to 16 ohms, so car speakers all the way up to hi-fi speakers. RCA input, and then a 75 ohm proper antenna jack. Now this is the bit that I think may have caught in the box, because it looks a little bit kind of bent at the bottom there. I don't know if that's coming out on camera. We'll see. If you use a proper socket, you might just have to just get a screwdriver and see if I can bend that down. Again, that's down to the poor packaging, which is a shame really, because it should be packed better than that. As far as what's inside it, I'm probably not going to take it apart. It feels relatively light. I can see there's two boards. There's the front controller board through there, and then there's a board at the back. little blue light we can see. It doesn't look to be an awful lot in there, to be honest, but I mean, I don't say you're not going to expect a massive transformer or anything. It's not a Class C amplifier, is it? And there it is. I mean, honestly, it's better than I thought. I thought it was going to feel really rubbish, but it doesn't. What it sounds like, well, that's a different thing. So I think we need to take it downstairs, set it up, get one of those TEF radios on it, get some old speakers and see what it sounds like. Right, here's my setup now. We've got these couple of old Wharfdale speakers that have seen better days. They're 8 ohms impedance. And let's switch on and see what this 17 quid amplifier sounds like. So it's gone straight into line input. I've got the remote control working, by the way, and it works really well. Bluetooth. So this just put in, oh, that's the radio, but I've not got the wire extended. Let's just put in an MP3 card. Now obviously I can only play you crappy YouTube music, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but that's what it is. So let's put that in and see if it starts playing. Whoa, there we go. I tell you what, that doesn't sound bad. Let me turn it up a bit. We've got bass and treble control. Let's put the bass up a bit. Right, let's turn the bass up. It's got decent bass. Let's turn the treble up. Tell you what, guys, that actually sounds all right. It even sounds kind of hi-fi as well. I don't think it's going to go all that loud. I've got the volume control on the remote here. It goes up to 30 on the display, so I'm going to turn up to maximum volume. We'll see what that sounds like. No distortion, that's flat out. Well, I'll tell you what, that has impressed me. Now, in fairness, I have got the bass flat out, and I think to get any really decent low bass, and these are only small speakers, of course, and they're quite old, but I think you do need the bass flat out. And I've got the treble turned full on, but I think it was a little bit too bright. If I turn it down just a touch, that might just improve things. Yeah, it has. That sounds all right. Now, it doesn't so like room-fillingly, exceptionally loud. I do think it's probably only maybe 1 watt per channel, something like that. It's not going to rock the house. But no complaints on the MP3. Let me set up a TEF radio and see what it sounds like.
Island on Saturday
afternoon from 3. Ask your smart speaker to play Radio 2.
Here, it's Ellie with the Treble.
West Yorkshire, the M1 northbound 1 lane is closed from junction 40 Wakefield to 40.
Not getting very good reception in here.
Bedfordshire, the M1 northbound, there was an accident earlier between junction 11A and...
We're looking at what's possible, and in some cases those bases may be a different cost to hotels, but I think we need to reflect the public mood on this. Asylum hotels need to close. Our stated objective is to close all of them by the end of this Parliament.
Called Narkla, a Martian meteorite. I've studied it extensively over my career. It fell in Egypt in 1911. Reputedly, it killed a dog when it fell, but the reports are probably a little bit made up. It's known as the dog-killing meteorite, but we're pretty sure that no dog saw its demise by this meteorite landing on it.
I have to say, Gail, this is a really terrible booking on your birthday.
Yeah.
I do all these things on my birthday.
Do you? Well, I guess...
Next on my birthday on my day off.
Yeah, it's a day off, isn't it? Yeah.
Going to try to build in radio. I'll have to hold the antenna up a little bit because, say, the reception isn't good here.
Are you saying with Cher? Yeah.
This is the built-in radio.
Where? How? She came onto my TV show and she said, Monica, and at the end of it, I picked her up and I twirled her around in the studio and she went, put me down, I got no knickers on.
Sounds like a bit of a girl.
Anyway, back to the spins of the wheel. Here we go, Gail.
I don't know how it seems to happen. Every time I seem to record something off the radio, we always get a saucy little bit. Yeah, not bad actually. I think with a decent antenna or with an outside antenna, it sounds pretty good. Got the sunlight coming in now, affecting the video. I mean, what can I say? I mean, overall, for what is it, a £17 unit? It sounds a lot better than I thought it would. I didn't expect it to sound quite that good, especially on the MP3. I think you could use it as a little amplifier, especially with one of these little TEF radios. As I say, with a decent antenna, I think it would look quite nice. Right, going to try it on the CB radio now and see how what that sounds like. Just forgot before I rush out to the shed shack. I'm just going to try the Bluetooth mode. Now the instructions are a little bit vague on Bluetooth connection. It doesn't tell you the name of the device. It's going to come up on your phone. So if I switch that to Bluetooth, right, my phone is now. Oh, something's come up. So I've just got something that says BT on my phone. Let's switch the volume up a sec. See if I connect to that. So it says I'm connected. So let's find out. I won't be able to play any music, will I? But let's just go to my audio book.
You will do the hit.
Oh, there we go.
Turn home. He paused. You do that, he said, staring directly at Rio, and all will be forgiven. Rio stood too and looked directly back at him.
That's very nice, Director. Only I don't remember asking for...
Well, that was pretty painless, wasn't it?
forgiveness.
Chapter 27. Earl Fontaine rolled over in his bed and looked at the man opposite him. Hey, Junior, he said. Junior, wake your ass up.
That's about maximum volume.
Finally stirred.
That is flat out, so it's not all that loud.
He said dully. Here you buds going back to death row today. Huh? Where'd you hear that, old man?
I can't turn it up on the phone.
Keep my ears open. Don't just sleep all day like you do.
Whoa.
You gotta enjoy life, boy.
Okay, let me take that back. It is actually very loud. I just didn't have it turned up on my phone.
Under the ground with mold growing on you. Junior snorted. Being cremated, dumbass. They gonna sprinkle your asses where you come from?
Sounds really good.
Which house is that, Junior? Junior rattled his chain ominously. You're lucky I'm over here and you're over...
That's really good. Yeah, that sounds really nice. Once again, quite impressed. Right, now, I want to get it out in the shack. Let's get it up to a radio. Okay, so here's the setup. We've got this lead here in the back of the radio. Let's plug it in, see what happens. Oh no. Oh, so we got that buzzing noise, as you can hear. So there's a mismatch, isn't there? Because they're microphone inputs, my lead, there's an impedance mismatch. So that ain't gonna work. But we have also got the RCA jack around the back. So let me plug that in and see if that works. Right, we've got that plugged in. Let's turn up the volume. No buzzing at the moment. Let's turn the radio up. Well, that works. Yeah, that works. See if we can find something to tune into.
CQDX from 14 Sugar Delta 038. There is 14 Sugar Delta 038. Looking for any call. Listening on 580 27580 QSY.
That seems to work really well. It's nice you've got this bass and treble controls, and obviously, look, I've not set this up properly. I mean, the speaker's too close to the radio, but you could put the speakers around the shack or even in another room if you wanted to. But I'm going to say that's a massive improvement on the normal CB speaker.
CQDX from 14 Sugar Delta 038. There is 14 Sugar Delta 038. Looking for any call. Listening on 580 27580 QSY.
So I'm going to call that a success. I mean, it doesn't even seem to overload the amplifier. Now the last test, of course, is a little bit unkind really. The amplifier's sitting right on top of the radio, so I've turned the transmit power up to full on the Alliance HS4. Let's transmit and let's see if we get any buzzing noise come through on the amplifier. Let's turn it up. Yeah, CQDX running tests on sideband. CQDX. Absolutely quiet. Let's take it on to FM. CQDX running tests, CQDX. No interference. Let's take it on AM. CQDX 1664 running tests on AM. Well, I've got to say, there is no buzzing, no interference. I'm surprised at that. I really thought there would be some RF getting back into the amplifier, especially as I've just cobbled it together with no thought of any RX interference. I've got to say, I'm impressed with that. I think the guy was saying audio. Weird stuff going on the 305, on the 555. Okay, conclusion time then. What do I think of this little amplifier? Criticisms? It's hard, isn't it, to criticise it at this price point. The only one criticism I've got is there's no headphone jack, which I think's a bit of a shame. I would like to have seen a headphone jack. It's not there. But really, I mean, come on. Something that's going to go on sale £17–15. It's quite incredible. I mean, it's done everything that I've chucked at it, and I was especially impressed at the fact that there was no RF buzzing, no interference. from that, seeing as it's sitting directly on the radio. I don't suppose there's any physical RF screening on the circuit board, and I don't suppose they're using particularly good components at this price, but it seems to have worked, whatever they've done. So yeah, I mean, it might be something useful in your shack if you just want to amplify the sound, adjust the bass, adjust the treble, take the little hiss out of some of the reception. It could be quite a good addition, especially as it's so cheap. As an amplifier, I was equally impressed, especially with the MP3 player. I mean, I did crank the bass right up, but there certainly was quite a lot of bass there, and it went loud enough. It's not especially loud. Likewise with the little TEF radio, although the reception indoors wasn't very good, and also that 4732 little spy radio. Again, it worked really well. It sounded really, really nice, and of course it's got the built-in FM radio and memory presets. Would have been nice if it had had maybe RDS information, but we're asking a bit too much really for the price. So there it is. Its build quality is good. I can't really criticise it, to be perfectly honest, at that price point. If you're interested in this and you think it might be useful for your own shack or whatever, there will be a link in the description, as there always is. I do get a discount code. Just bear in mind that if you're watching this video 6 months or a year's time, it might have expired, and I apologise for that. So that's really the end of the video. I hope it was interesting. I enjoyed playing with that. There's the old thumbs up from Fred in the Shed. If you'd like to, and I would appreciate it if you just give me a thumbs up down below. If not, it's not a problem. Just thanks for dropping by. I do appreciate your view time. As always, stay safe, look after each other. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Fred's in the shed where the magic unfolds. Fred in the shed with his trusty CB. He's a friend to the lonely on a frequency.